What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. So today we're going to be talking about a new VST. It comes from producer Rackz. A lot of you guys may have heard of Rackz. He did a collaboration with Infinit Essentials and he brought the Sound Select VST. I was beyond pleasantly surprised at how dope this VST is. And when I say dope, I'm talking specifically in regards to the sound selection. And because Rackz did a collaboration with Infinit Essentials, you have Pirate Music, you have Sosa, a lot of really dope collaborators. So you're really getting a collaborative effort of just a powerhouse of presets. And I mean powerhouse of presets. This thing goes. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Sound Select, Infinit Essentials, Rackz. Let's see what this thing is all about. So as always, I have Logic queued up and this is the Sound Select workstation. I love the neon look with just the black background. The things that need to pop in this VST really pop and it just looks cool as hell. Now, one of the really dope things I love about this VST is just how cool the features are inside of this thing. If you look up here at the top left corner, you see a bunch of tabs. You have your settings tab, and in your settings tab, you can adjust the different MIDI channels, MIDI automation. You can go to the UI zoom factor and change the size of the UI. If you go over here to this next tab, it's a bunch of boxes. That's gonna take you to your presets. It's the presets tab. And like I said in the introduction, you have all of the different producers that had a hand in crafting the sound. So you have Rackz, and he has all of his presets right here. He has some really cool and unique sounding presets. At the top left corner, you also have an EQ section, so you can adjust the equalization for the sounds. You have an effects section. You have phaser, delay, reverb, and LFO module. And you have your different layers. Now, this is a layered instrument, so you can really get your sound design on and create something really unique. You have layers A and you have layers B, and you can make different adjustments to each one of those layers. Now, if you look underneath these tabs, you have your attack, your decay, your sustain, and your release, and you also have a warp knob right here that's gonna give you some interesting textures and interesting feels to the individual sounds that you use inside of this VST. Right down here, you have your high pass section and you have your low pass section. And you have this information section. If you click this little eye right here, it's gonna bring up a tab that's going to bring you to the 4 different sound designers and developers of this VST. You have Rackz, you have a Sosa, Pirate, and you have Choppa. They talk a little bit about Rackz and his work with Lil Baby, Drake, Gunna, all of these different people. And it tells you a little bit about the VST itself. So it tells you about the global effects, the effects menu. It kind of walks you through the VST. You can toggle between poly and mono right here. You also have a gain section, a panning section, an octave section. So you can change the octave of the sound and width. And you have a time stretch section. And that's about it. Really simple, really easy to use VST. But like I said earlier, where this thing shines is in its sounds. The sound design is really cool. Now, as much as I love this thing, and I do love it, I've been making beats with it all the time. It's incredible as far as having unique sounds and having a wide variety of different sounds inside of it. It's loaded with presets. Really cool stuff. The only thing that is an issue, and maybe it's something that'll be addressed in an update, but the only thing I wish they had was a category section to make it a bit clearer as to what sound it is that you're getting. Like, if you're looking for certain sounds, it can sometimes be kind of hard to find them just because like you can see in the preset section, all of the sounds have very unique names. So sometimes you'll come across something like this that says soft bell. And, you know, obviously it's a bell sound, but then other times you come across something like this that says lo-fi paradise, and you don't really know what kind of instrument that is, which is fine if you're just going through presets and you're just kind of surfing the VST to just find interesting sounds. But in a lot of cases when you're making beats, you may have a specific sound you're looking for. A perfect example of this is I made a beat with this VST the other day, and I was looking for a bass. And I didn't want to go to another VST to get a bass. I wanted to get the bass off of this VST because I know there's bass in this VST. The problem is there's no category section. So because there's no category section, I can't just go to the bass categories and listen to all the different basses. I kind of have to just either go to this magnifying glass right here and type bass, and it will bring up all of the different presets that have the word bass typed into the preset. But there's other presets that are bass sounds that don't have the word bass in the title of the preset that I'm missing out on because I don't know which ones are those. I don't know which presets are bass and which presets are guitars or which ones are plucks. So the only thing I wish they had was a category section that was a bit clearer. But other than that, there's so many really cool sounds inside of this thing that it almost doesn't even matter to me that there's no category section, because every time I go to a new sound, I usually end up finding sounds that I like. So we're going to go through some of the presets, and I'm going to just scroll and just go through a bunch of sounds just so you can hear some of the sounds inside of this thing. So let's check it out. We're going to start off with Rackz, and we're going to go through some of his presets. Just super creative with the sounds in this thing. So we'll keep going through the sounds. And that's what I mean, like, even though there's no categories of sounds, any one of the presets I pick, it's like they all have really cool, interesting textures and interesting characteristics to it. It's just really dope. That sounds fire. Crazy, bro. I didn't even go through half of the sounds in this thing, but like I said, there's some really unique and interesting sounds inside of the Sound Select workstation. So now, without wasting any more time, what I want to do is get right into the cookup. Now, what I did for this cookup was really quick. Just put a little beat together really quickly, but I didn't mix it. So as always, there's that disclaimer there that I did not mix this beat down. So I used Sound Select on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tracks. So pretty much every sound you hear in this beat, with the exception of the drums and I believe the bass line, all the other sounds is coming from Sound Select. So let's check this thing out and see what it's all about. This is the beat I made using Sound Select. And that's it. That's the beat I made using Sound Select. Now, like I said, I love the presets in this thing. That is where this VST shines. And like I said earlier as well, there is no category section, which in the case of a VST like this may or may not matter. It kind of depends on your workflow and what you're using the VST for. Like if you're really just in creative mode and you don't really have any ideas and you're kind of just scrolling through presets and just trying to find interesting sounds that can kind of spark some creativity, this is the VST for you. If you're already creating a beat and already have a structure and you're trying to find specific sounds, this VST may give you a headache because, you know, you can't really pinpoint which is the bells and which is the brass, and what you kind of just have to search and just find interesting stuff. Now, that's something that obviously may or may not change, you know, via an update. So that's not really making or breaking this VST. But there is one thing that does make or break this VST, and it is the price. And I have to say this just because in the case of this VST, it does matter. I do think that the price is a little expensive. So the VST is currently priced at $130. At $130, I think it is a bit of a reach. It is a little expensive for what this thing has to offer, but it is loaded with tons of presets. Now, if you go over to Infinit Essentials, I do know that they're currently running a discount, and the VST is, I believe it's like $60, somewhere between $60 and $70. At that price, at $60, this is a steal. This is a great VST for $60. So it's almost half off. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get this VST for $60, I definitely rush over to Infinit Essentials right now. I have no idea how long this deal is going to last. So if I was you and this seems like something that you would be interested in, I would definitely run over there and pick this thing up for $60 because it's definitely worth the $60. $130, I'll leave that up to y'all. I will say that after picking this thing up, I am definitely enjoying this VST, and I do think it's a VST that a lot of you guys will enjoy as well. So let me know what you guys think. Is this a VST that you think you're going to be adding to your arsenal? If there's any new VSTs or plugins that you'd like to see on this channel and you want me to review, leave it down in the comments section. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can stay notified anytime I drop a new video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.